Hey guys, and welcome back. Now today's video I'm going to do something that I actually haven't shown off before, and this is this nano block train that I actually got for Christmas. So I wanted to show this off first before I go to the other two things that are in the background, so which is Scoop and Lofty. So here is the nanoblock train that I got for Christmas. It took me, I think, about a day, or a little bit less than a day to build. Because I started like in the afternoon on one of the days, because that's when we received it, and finished it pretty early in the morning. At least I would have if some things didn't happen, but yeah, basically about a day it would take to build this, and this is nano blocks. This isn't actually Lego. It's a cool little mini block system, and this is one of the sets that you can get, and it's a train. And yeah, let's have a look at the nano block train. So we can see it's got the tender here. Oh, that's right, there are stickers. I kind of forgot to put the stickers on. But yes, you can put stickers on. They would go there and there, probably show a picture or something like that. But yeah, the stickers, either you can put them on or not, or you can leave them off. It's really up to you. They are kind of optional. And yeah, it actually looks quite nice. I like the old Western style steam engine. Looks really nice. And we got it at Puffing Billy. Except it was a secret. Like, I didn't know I actually got it because it was a Christmas present. So yeah, no. So I don't know exactly how much it cost. I'm not supposed to know the price since it was supposed to be a secret. And it definitely was a shock when I received it, and man, it's actually a really cool, like, yeah, my first ever nano block steam engine that I built. There was another one in the stores that was a bigger one. You can tell it was more modern because it had all the curves and the tiles, where this one you can see it's got studs everywhere. So this one's definitely a lot more older, but still looks quite nice indeed. And yeah, the instructions weren't too bad to follow, but yeah, I just did them piece by piece, had a look at what pieces I need, got the pieces out, because if you poured those pieces all over the place, you wouldn't know where the heck to find these pieces, and it would be an absolute nightmare. The strength isn't too bad. You can see there's lots of transparent bricks there to hold up some things or to make some things stronger, because without them, oh my goodness, it would be quite weak. But there's actually loose parts in there, which you saw one just fell out. Yep. And you can see just how tiny those bricks are. Like, very, very small, but really, really cool that you're able to build this. If this is actual Lego size, it'd be a lot bigger. A lot bigger. So, yeah, but no, this train looks great. So one thing that I do wish they kind of did is they made the connecting rods opposite direction. So you know how steam engines counterweights, like the connecting rods, they balance each other out. So if it's on the bottom, then it would either be on the left or the right side, because you never really have the connecting rods both in the exact same position on the opposite side. But that's what they did here. I'm assuming it wouldn't take too much to change, but yeah, that's basically what they did. And it's the exact same connecting rod configuration on both sides. Now that's really just a nitpick, let's be honest here. Who is going to actually care or even notice about that? Really only train fans, I would say. But yeah, no, it's a great set. The cow catcher was a bit finicky to put together because there was lots of pieces that were like curved and angled, like, yeah. And for some reason, this smokestack is very easy to accidentally push and break. So yeah, but if it's just for display and display only, you'll have no issues at all. It'll work perfectly fine, as it should. Because this thing, after all, is mostly for display. Let's be honest here. It doesn't move, the wheels don't move or move along the track, so hopefully you guys didn't really want a moving train, because yeah, this thing is not moving, and that is completely fine. Since the end of the day, this is a nice, cool little statue. Let's take a look at the box. So I'll put the train right next to Lofty, and let's take a little gander at the box, eh? So here's the box. Box is quite simple. I'm not sure exactly how long ago this set was made, but I can definitely tell it was decently old. Like, you got the side of the box and the back of the box. We got a cool picture of, I believe, the real locomotive, or at least a locomotive that looks very similar to it. Now it looks pretty close. Yeah. And you can see some more product shots of the actual thing built. So yeah, I really can't believe I completely missed those stickers. But that's alright, I'll put those stickers on later. Yeah, really nice. Other side of the box is basically just the same. And I'll just take a quick gander at the instructions, shall we now? Alright, so here is the instruction booklet. You can see the box has actually got quite a few spare pieces. Lots of plastic bags, which I've already used most of them. But yeah, there are some spare pieces, so don't worry if you do lose any pieces. I'm sure there'll be some spares left over. So yeah, this thing is very difficult to show off, but yeah, you can see like it's all on one page. Classic Nano block instructions. But yeah, you see it builds up section by section. And of course, we have the other side, which is the side we start on first. You can see all of the instruction. And like that. So yeah, it's quite an interesting instructions, a lot different to Lego. But yeah, it still works nonetheless. So now let's get to the other two things that I've been wanting to show you guys. Now first of all, I want to say I'm sorry. Anyway, wondering what I'm saying I'm sorry for. Well, I'm saying I'm sorry I didn't have enough pieces to build Lofty's new change. Well, it turned out I did. Which I'm really happy about, but I'm sorry for saying I didn't. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think I did. In fact, I was actually very worried when I was pulling apart Lofty, because I said, oh my goodness, there's no going back. So I had to do everything in my power to make sure I had enough pieces. Because if I didn't, I was screwed. And luckily I did, with just an exception of 5 miscolored pieces. There's a miscolored bracket underneath Lofty, which you cannot see at all unless you're looking in the bottom view. And we simply just have those miscolors in the center of Lofty there, which you can see right there. You can see the little black there, miscolored, and that piece finally right there is also miscolored, but it's the exact same. Like, Lofty can still look a little bit up and down. He still has his full range of motion, has a little bit more. The only downfall is the wheels actually kind of collide now, but not too bad. But don't worry, all of these pieces exist in blue, so they will be in blue eventually. Well yeah, look, Lofty's mouth actually overhangs. I surprisingly had these pieces in blue too. So now Lofty's got his ladder, which looks really nice. He kept his original crane, and I got the little blue bit to be less pushed in. That's kind of very difficult to tell, but yeah. Lofty looks really nice. And I thought, well, Lofty got changed, so let's have a look at Scoop. Since Scoop has been left alone for such a long time, I thought Scoop needed it. Also, Lofty is going to get the one thick, thin roof. I didn't have the pieces for that at the time. But as you can see, it actually looks quite nice when I try and lift him up to show you guys. Yeah, it's quite nice indeed. See the overhang on the mouth on both sides? Honestly, I've gotten used to it, but it definitely feels a lot more accurate to the real Lofty. And the more bigger, thicker crane isn't too bad. It fully functions just as well as it did before. So yeah, that's Lofty. Now let's take a look at the final one, which I have not shown you guys yet because I didn't think I'd be doing any changes to Scoop. But yeah, probably one of the first things you guys notice is Scoop's brick-built mouth is gone. It is deleted, gone from existence. That's because I wasn't able to get a brick-built mouth with the width that Scoop is now. Now this is 4 studs wide instead of 5. That's right, Scoop got shortened in width by 1 stud, just like Lofty. He went from 8 to 7. Scoop went from 5 to 4. And the middle section is now 3 wide. I quite like this look. I hand drew the mouth. The mouth is a bit shiny if I get the right, yeah, see? It shines and reflects, which is really nice. A bit of a 3D effect. Basically, I drew up the mouth, so I measured up how big I want the mouth to be. This was the second attempt at making the mouth, because the first attempt wasn't as good in my opinion. So I did the second one and I definitely liked it. So yeah, I did the whole black rectangle inside a light grey rectangle outline. Then I cut out 4 separate individual light grey strands and stuck them one by one to try and get them as even as possible, which I know it ain't perfect, but that's okay. Even as possible over the black, because before my first attempt I did the black with the strips being there. I like the strips because you don't know, but if you actually feel this, so you can feel a bit of bumps, so that has a bit of depth to his grill, which is really nice. And yeah, in my opinion, I just reckon it looks so much more like Scoop, and oh yeah, I like it a lot. The only downfall is there is no volume to his mouth now. Absolutely nothing there. It is completely flat. But that's a small price to pay for a great and excellent result in my opinion. Scoop's bucket is now a 4x8. I also got rid of the miss part, so there's no line going through there anymore. It's all even, which is really nice. That worked out excellently. Everything still works. Still got the extra bump inwards. I didn't want to get rid of that. Scoop was shortened in height by 1 stud, so I just moved that downwards by 1 plate because it looked a little bit too thin. Kept all his dimensions. The backhoe was pushed down a little bit, but still swings quite nicely and still works. Got rid of the little bit there because I didn't need it anymore because it was strong enough to withstand it. This has been shortened by 1 stud in length too. And as you can have a look at Scoop's roof here, is now a lot more like a square. And smaller too, which I quite like as well. So yeah, you can see Scoop's back is quite thin. As for the big tires, they're pushed out a little bit too far for my likings, but it's not too bad. Maybe like the tiniest smidge pushed in and it'll be fine, but it's really nothing to write home about. It ain't that big of a deal. So yeah, Scoop has pretty much gone through a big upgradation, and actually was the easiest to do since I had all the pizzas, easy as pie. Blue was a lot more stressful, and as you can see, that's been shortened as well, so there's nothing there. No light grey in the back, but that's okay. A small price to pay again. Oh goodness, can't speak. But yeah, what do you guys think of these changes that I've done to my machines? Mark's also getting a drawn-on mouth, and so is Rolly. But they're actually placed on top of a brick instead of being just stuck onto the surface. So don't worry, it's still mostly brick built, just with the sticker to give it depth. So yeah, that's Scoop and Lofty and the mini Nano block steam engine. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have all enjoyed. I hope to see you guys all next time. Bye.